just with the black background instead of this.
Absolutely.
If we that's the top of it. Is it too dark here?
Can I do like this?
Yeah, I think so. Exactly.
All the stuff. Very studio.
Very studio.
Look at my face is like
Yeah, and your face, and my hair. So
It's fantastic.
so pale.
Louise? Jeg tænkte bare lidt, jeg skal næsten have, jeg ved godt, men jeg vil bare gerne have det, fordi jeg vil godt have telefonen, så jeg ser, hvad tiden er deroppe. Men jeg kan selvfølgelig også sætte et ur. Jeg kan også sætte ikke uret.
Men hvornår vil du have tiden? Vil du vide, hvornår?
Jamen, det var bare lige for at vide, hvornår jeg skulle gå på, og hvor lang tid, du ved, man er. Det er fint. Så sætter jeg sætter bare et æggeur, så kan det er bare, du ved, for progressionen. Bare lige gøre sådan, så ved jeg, at jeg lige skal videre til at... Jo, hov, det er jeg gjorde den der. Så. What it's okay if I stand in this corner? Here?
Yes, absolutely.
Would be alright?
Yeah. I feel like this is the side that I'm usually on.
Yes,
Or
good.
something, I don't know.
For some reason.
Trash. There.
Oh, and actually I just take a glass of water.
Do you want, you
yes,
have water
I
here?
want my water. You want it, you just...
Yeah, I'll
okay.
put mine here too.
Ja, hej alle sammen, og rigtig hjertelig velkommen til Madscenen her på Bogforum 2016, hvor jeg nu har den store fornøjelse at præsentere Linda Lommelino, som vil snakke med kogebogsforfatter Marie Holm om Lindas nye bog, Lommelinos kager. Og kan jeg først og fremmest sige, at interviewet kommer til at foregå på engelsk. Og efter samtalen her, der kan man smutte over på People's Press og få sin bog signeret, og også købe bogen, hvor Linda vil være. Så rigtig, rigtig god fornøjelse, og tage godt imod dem.
Tak.
Good. So, hi everybody. My name is Marie Holm, and this is the wonderful Linda Lommelino. And as you know, Linda is from Sweden, and I don't know, maybe we could have just had this conversation in Swedish and Danish, but then some of you, I don't know how good you are at...
I think it's mostly that my understanding of Danish is not great spoken, so I think it's better if we do it in English.
And
I hope
then
that's good for
hopefully
everyone.
everybody will understand that.
Yeah.
So all right, we're here to celebrate Linda's new book, or it's the new book in Denmark actually, because it's been out for a couple of years now.
Yeah, 4 years I think.
4 years. And before you're going to show us some techniques from the book, I would like for you to tell us a little about your background, how you ended up being this baking goddess, Instagramming, photographing, person from Sweden.
Yeah. Actually, I started a blog. I think it's 7 years ago now. It's called Call Me Cupcake, and I started it just. I had no plan. I barely baked even. I baked like twice a year, and I was like, well, this is fun. I'm gonna start a baking blog. I had just discovered cupcakes, and that's why it's called Call Me Cupcake. And I just enjoyed it so much with like piping and decorating, and it was just so fun. So I decided to start taking pictures and putting them on my blog. I didn't post recipes or anything, I just wanted to show my work.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where I started. And a blog has to have photos. So I started shooting, and I just enjoyed that part also. And I come from a background where I studied photography in high school, so I actually started with that before I even started baking. So it was like a very good mix for me to start, to do both of them.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
okay.
I didn't really find my thing in photography until I started baking.
Okay.
So that's when I felt like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, because it's quite rare that a cookbook author does his or her own photos, but you've actually done, of course, all the beautiful photos in this book and your other books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of photos. I think I took like, I can't remember now, but I took like 40,000 photographs for that book. And I ended up using like, I don't know how many pictures,
You said
but like
40,000?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit more than we usually take for a Danish
Yeah, but I
cookbook.
was so nervous because it was my first book,
Yes.
and I was like, my publisher is gonna kill me if I don't have enough photos. So
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be safe. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures, so I have like every step. So, but that was good because I used some of the techniques and stuff. So I'm glad I took a lot of photos. My computer and my camera were not as happy.
Okay. Okay, and by the way, people, I mean, some of you here probably have seen Linda's blog, Call Me Cupcake, but also you have this beautiful, beautiful Instagram account. That's just in
That's
your
just
name?
my name,
Yeah, where you
Linda
can
underscore Lomelino.
Yeah, where you
Because
can see
the whole name was already taken, unfortunately.
Okay, okay. But there you can find the photos.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Linda, did you grow up in a household where you, I don't know, ate a lot of cake? Or just
I did, yeah. My mom used to bake a lot of cakes, but she's not like the what would you say, like a mother who is very homey.
housewife? The
Yeah,
perfect housewife?
she's
No?
not like that at all.
Okay.
But she used to bake a lot of cakes, and I really enjoyed eating them. But I never wanted to join her in the kitchen. I just wanted to eat everything. And also my German grandmother, she always had like a buffet when we came, because I don't eat meat and I almost never have, and she's German, so she has a lot of, always served a lot of meat. And I was like, I'm going for the dessert. And we had like cookies, and then we had cake, and then we had ice cream as a dessert.
Wow. All of that.
So, all of that, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so like a main course and dessert, and
Oh, that,
But
yeah,
all
that
of
sounds
it
like
was
a perfect
sweet.
meal to me.
Yeah,
that
for me
one.
it was pretty
Just
good.
sweets.
so yeah, I've had a lot of cakes for sure.
Yeah, perfect. So speaking of cake,
Yeah,
you got
should I
something
start?
lined up here.
I have, yes. I have a little, what I call rainbow cake. So it's like a vanilla, I don't know if you can see it.
Sponge or-
It's not very fancy looking in the plastic, but it's gonna look better
Yeah,
once
maybe
I take
could-
it out.
Should show this one, Linda,
Yeah.
because you're actually doing the cover cake.
The
itself.
cover cake,
Yeah.
yes. That's what it will look like, hopefully. We'll see. So I'll just take it out of the plastic. So it looks a little better.
Yeah.
So it's
Let's see
basically
about that.
just a vanilla cake that's colored with like a red food coloring.
Yeah.
And the food coloring is very, very concentrated.
Okay.
Because if you use I don't know what you use here, but in Sweden we have what we call karamellfärg, which is very, very
Okay, say
liquid.
that again.
Karamellfärg.
Okay. We
Does
don't
that
have
make
in Denmark,
sense?
I think.
It's very, very liquid, and if you use that, it would affect the outcome of the cake.
Okay, so
this
change
is
the
very,
texture
very concentrated, and you have to use like a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
So it would probably be like a food coloring paste or
Yes,
something.
a paste.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
there's
here
all these.
I have a little syrup here, which is great if you want to make like the cakes a little bit more moist.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a normal vanilla syrup. I sometimes prick some holes just to
okay.
like soak it in the syrup.
Mm-hmm. We'll see that. And that's the syrups. That's just what sugar,
It's just
water,
sugar and water
some
and vanilla.
beans. Yes.
And then you just boil it
All right.
until it becomes a syrup.
Yeah. We'll see about. So and actually all the cakes in your cake books, they're layered cakes, all of them, right?
All of them are layer cakes, yes. Well, there are some frozen ones that you make in a spring form,
Yeah.
but other than that, they're all layer cakes.
All sorts of them. And do you have particularly a heart for layered cakes, or was it just Was it also the composition or the styling of them that made you do those?
I think, yeah, it's a mix. I definitely enjoy making them because it's so, I like the decorative element of making them. I don't know why I'm not even going to use that right now, so I'll just put that away. So I think that's why I started with them, and especially I enjoy when they're like very small and tall.
So
I really like
small,
that.
tall cakes.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you don't want to make them like huge monster cakes.
No. So
Um,
and how many people would there be in that one? Because I mean, when they're so tall, obviously they can fill some mouths.
Yeah, I would say like eight people maybe,
Alright.
depending on how hungry
How
everyone
hungry?
is.
Yeah.
If you've had food before, you might not. And they're pretty like heavy. They're not like, well, I don't know. They're very heavy and a lot of butter and sugar, and
Yeah.
so you're gonna not want to eat a huge piece.
A huge piece.
So this is like a meringue frosting, and I use this little like spatula. I think it's called offset spatula in English. I don't know what you guys call
I
it.
don't know either. Lille spadel, lille palette.
I like this one because it's small and it's perfect for small cakes. You can get huge ones as well.
And also it have this.
Yeah, the angle.
Yeah,
you
the
mean?
angle,
Yeah,
so you can
exactly. So you
easily-
don't ruin the cake.
Yeah.
And this is like the best thing ever for making cakes. I love it so much. And it's really like, before I didn't have it and my cakes were not as pretty, actually. So it's great if you're making a lot of cakes. I mean, you
So-
could use a spoon as well, but this is really perfect.
So that would be one of your favorite tools.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
tools, definitely.
Yeah.
What I usually use when I make a cake like this is a spinning plate underneath, so it'll be easier to fill it. But I mean, this surface is great, actually.
Yeah.
So
you
I
can
don't
slide
really
it.
need it.
You can easily slide it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also what I like about small cakes. They're just so easy to fill, and they're
Just
just,
fill in frost.
yeah, I feel like they're easier to make than bigger ones.
Yeah.
I mean, like wider ones.
Yeah. This.
So there we go.
So
go for
and,
the
and
next
you
one.
said this was a meringue frosting.
Yes.
So, but can you tell me something about the frostings? Because you do, of course, you do a lot of different frostings, but there's the meringue one. Then there would be some of the buttercreams.
Yeah.
Buttercream frosting, cream cheese frosting. What else?
Oh, there's like my favorite, I would say, is mascarpone. Mascarpone.
Mascarpone.
Just mixed with cream
Yeah.
and some sugar. That's my favorite. It's so simple to make, and
Yeah, that's
Really,
yeah,
really
that's an easy
delicious.
frosting. That's
it's very, very easy actually, and you can flavor it with
Yeah.
vanilla. That's my favorite. Other than that, I mean, usually I make buttercreams if I want to make a very tall cake because it's more stable.
okay.
If you just use like whipped cream, it's very wobbly,
So, and
especially
when
in
you
the
say
summer.
cream icing, that's what basically with butter and icing sugar and
It depends. There are a few different ones. There's one called Swiss meringue buttercream and also Italian meringue
yes,
buttercream.
where you heat the meringue and
Yeah,
Yeah.
you use egg whites and you heat it and you whip it with sugar and then you add butter. So it's very stable and I feel like it's less sweet.
yeah, okay.
Very good.
Though we like sweet.
We do like sweet,
Yeah.
but not overly sweet.
No, that's
There
for
needs
sure.
to be a balance.
Yeah. So, and when you say balance, people probably ask you this a lot because I know people ask me, but do you eat cake every day?
I do get that a lot,
Yeah?
actually. Not
a
every
classic
day,
question.
no. That would be too much. But when I made this book, though, I would say I had it every day,
Yeah.
pretty much. So it can get too much. I do love cake, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure you do.
just got to check. So
Oh yeah, for the colors. Yeah, because
if
As you
it gets
said, we're going
uneven,
to-
it might tip over.
okay.
So you can also, if the cake is a bit uneven, you can also use the frosting to even it out a little
Yeah.
bit.
So, and what are you what are your top tricks for building this beautiful cake? I mean, to get it square and even, and yeah.
Definitely, the spatula is a perfect tool. I mean, it sounds boring to say, but practice is also important.
All right. Yeah.
Like my first cakes, I was very nervous and I had trouble getting them even. And also, just looking all the
Yes,
time to
yes.
see if it's, you can always like push it a little bit if it's, that's pretty even.
Yeah. But of course, this one is going to be coated all the way around and on top.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you can always hide it, like
Yeah.
make it a little bit more even on
That's
the
always
outside.
good to hide stuff.
Yeah, hide stuff. That's what frosting is for.
Yeah.
Well, except for enjoying, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. And what about, like sticking little, what do you call them in English?
The little flags or...
No, I was thinking of more like one of those. Oh, sorry. Like a little
right,
spear to
right.
just hold the cake.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
No need for that, or
If the cake is very uneven, like I feel like this one, usually when I fill it, I put it in the fridge for a little bit just to make it more stable
Yeah.
before I put the outside.
oh,
Because you see
Yeah.
this one it's sliding around a little bit,
Yeah.
so preferably I would put it in the fridge for a while to let it
okay.
harden
So
a
that's
little
a
bit.
nice trick as well. To
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I don't have time to do that, like you said, putting just, well, longer than this, putting it in the middle
Yes.
will help make it more stable. I mean, I've been in the car with some of these cakes. Like, I think once I was in a car with two of them, like one in each hand, and they're really tall, and it was summer and very hot, so then these really help. And you have to find like a way to
Yeah.
to
To balance
balance.
the whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
You kind of get good at it eventually.
Does sound a bit scary.
It
that
is
one.
scary. That's
Yeah.
why I don't make like wedding cakes. Because
Okay,
I would be
so if people call you up and say,
no.
okay, you just say no.
Yeah,
We can't get a
no.
wedding cake,
No, that's too scary.
but they can get a beautiful recipe in your book.
Yes,
instead.
they can
That
make
would
it
be
themselves.
Yeah.
I would be afraid to drop it and ruin someone's day.
Someone's perfect day.
Yeah.
But I mean, speaking of people doing it themselves, I think in Sweden it's the same, that there's this big trend of people baking a lot of cakes at home. In Denmark we have Den Store Bagedyst, the
Yeah.
great bake-off. And I think you have it in Sweden as well.
Yes, definitely.
Hele Sverige bager.
Yeah,
Hele
it's
Sverige
very,
bager.
very popular.
Yeah. So
People love
you
it.
feel like there's a increasing demand for cakes and for nice books showing people all
yeah.
the tricks.
Oh yeah, people really enjoy it. I guess it's like there's a lot of different trends. There's very much like health-focused trends and a lot
Okay.
of like sweet cakes. So it's a fun contrast. And I mean, I love to bake, so I really enjoy all the programs.
So you do see those programs as well?
I didn't,
So-
not that one.
Okay.
I do enjoy the Danish, the one we talked about before.
Oh yeah, you talked about Mette Blomsterberg.
Yeah.
So you like to see her.
I
shows
really
as
like
well?
to see her, yeah. I think she does a lot of fun, like different things.
Yeah.
Well, for me at least.
So you do.
I forgot the syrup.
Oh,
Oh well.
that's because we're talking. Yeah, there's always like that in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Can't do all
Too
at
many
once.
steps.
Yes, for sure.
It's gonna look nice anyway. You can't see it.
So you do. I mean, so you do get inspired by a lot of other
Oh,
people,
definitely.
cookbook people, or
Yeah. I mean, old cookbooks, new cookbooks, blogs, and Instagram. There's so much on Instagram these days, and you can find a lot of inspiration.
yeah. Like, could you recommend some nice Instagram accounts, or I mean, for sure, I can recommend Linda's Instagram account if you haven't already seen it. It's the
There-
most beautiful, dramatic Instagram account.
There are a lot of great Copenhagen-based photographers, I think. Now, Ditte?
Sorry.
Ditte?
Yeah, Ditte Ingemann.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's great.
Yeah, She also does cookbooks in People's Press that published this your
Yeah.
book. So yeah, did Ingemann?
She's really
you
great,
know her?
and two German girls called Food Stories. They
Yes,
also
the
have a
Food
blog.
Stories.
They're very talented. They're a team of a stylist and a photographer, so I enjoy their work a lot. And I think they make gluten-free also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right.
Here we go,
All
the
right.
last layer.
Perfect. So, and what do you think about the whole gluten-free thing? Obviously these cakes aren't gluten-free.
They are not gluten-free at all. I think it's fun to experiment. There are so many different options, like different flours you can use these days, and I think it's very interesting. I'm just very into flour and sugar and butter.
I like that line.
Yeah.
I'm just very into flour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is I'm finishing off with the cake like flipped.
Okay, so actually it's the bottom
Yeah.
you have on top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a good trick too, because the bottom is usually very even, and it looks better like that. If I would turn it the other way around, it would be a little rounded on
Yeah.
top.
No, so
If
that's a
that
good
makes
trick.
sense.
I'll remember that for my next layered cake. To have the bottom upside.
Exactly. It
Fun.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
If you want to make it even, you don't have to make it even, of course. Ooh, it's very wobbly now.
Yeah, it is. So, and any other good tricks we should know about a cake like that? You said something about putting it in the fridge.
Yeah, usually
Just
I
for
put it in the fridge to make it stable, and also if the cake is very crumbly, which this one is not, but some cakes are very crumbly, you want to put like a very thin layer on the outside of the cake, which is called crumb coating. That's just
A
crumb
coating.
coating. So you
Nice.
catch all the crumbs and you get them stuck in the buttercream.
Now that's clever, because that always happens, right? That when you frost
Yeah.
something and then there's crumbs all over, and that's
Exactly.
perfect. White frosting is not that white either. That's a good trick.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very good, useful trick actually.
Wow, this is so tall.
It's so tall and wobbly. And it does take some time to cover the whole
Yeah, the whole surface.
outside. But I mean, there's one of the trends is a naked cake, so if you don't want to cover it, it's fine. I love not covering the outside.
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know. Yeah, if you know that term, the naked cakes, just like layered cakes where you don't cover the sides, which that's quite big in America as well.
Yeah,
And
It is.
the milk bar people, and yes,
yeah.
yeah. That's
Especially if
beautiful
you
as well.
don't, if you enjoy cake but you don't want like a ton of buttercream or frosting, it's also great.
Yeah.
If
to
you do
that.
love frosting though, you might want to cover the whole cake.
This frosting does look very, very great.
Yeah.
Right? So it's basically it's like the inside of a flødebolle, a cream puff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look good. So now we're talking about cake trends, and we're talking about naked cakes, and that's a trend in United States.
Mhm.
But what about your Swedish background? Do you think you can see that in your cakes? Are you inspired by traditional Swedish baked goods? Or
I am for sure. I mean, it's just that the household I grew up in was not. My mother is she's German
Yeah.
and my dad is Portuguese, so I don't know if we really had any very typical. Well, we've had a lot of typical Swedish cakes, of course, but my mom used to bake all sorts of things. So, but right now I'm actually very inspired by typical Swedish pastries. So, and I know that I have a lot of followers from the US, and they really enjoy the Swedish pastries.
and what would that be, for example?
Well, the cinnamon bun and the semla.
Semla?
Yeah.
That's for. Is that for? You eat those for?
Or is it
fastelavn,
Danish?
or- Yeah, no, it is.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, this is Scandinavian.
Actually,
we
Scandinavian.
Don't eat semla, we eat fastelavnsboller.
Ah,
because-
right.
Yeah.
But do you have like jam inside or?
Usually we have a vanilla custard
Oh,
inside.
okay.
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
Yeah, and then with a chocolate frosting, icing.
Oh,
actually,
nice.
chocolate icing. Yeah, so that's what we have.
We also
No.
call the semla fastlagsbulle.
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of
yeah,
the
so
same.
That is the same.
Same word.
Wow. So, but
Actually, I was at a workshop in Iceland a couple of months ago with some American girls, and they asked me to bake something. They asked me to bake semla in
Yeah.
August, and I told them like my Swedish followers are not gonna like this.
no,
They're gonna be
they know
like
that's gonna be
semla in
February.
August. That's crazy.
that's not good. Yeah, you know that as well. Semler, de svenske fastelavnsboller.
You eat them in February, right?
Yeah, that's end of February.
Yeah, so it's kind of
So I guess that it's the same.
it's
right?
not okay to eat them any other time, according to some people.
No, beautiful. So tell me, Linda, because very soon we're going to have a taste of some of your goods, because of course there's this cake that you are icing right now, and then we have this big, I think totally yummy chocolate.
I think we're gonna
espresso.
take that one.
Yeah, we're gonna take
This
that
one is just
for
gonna
the
fall.
for the tasting. But can you tell me, what are your new projects? Because now your cake book is new to us in Denmark.
Yeah.
And I know you've done some other books. Can you tell us a little about them and maybe your next books? Is that a secret?
I don't have any of my own books planned right now. I'm taking a little break. You need to do that sometimes to find inspiration. But I'm actually probably going to shoot a book for a friend of mine.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun. Other than that, I'm just focusing on freelance work for magazines and companies, and yeah.
So that's the photographing part, or is it also you also do recipes for magazines in Sweden?
Both.
Or
Both, yeah. Usually they want recipes as well. But I mean, I see myself as maybe a little bit more of a photographer than a baker. Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I see you very much as a baker in this instant.
50-50,
right?
yeah.
For sure. So now it's almost...
Ooh, it's very leaning tower.
Yeah, I can see it, that it is. But that's the thing, because now you're on a stage, so there's no time for us to put it in the fridge.
No.
So it would be...
A little bit more pressure than... more people watching me than usually in my
your
kitchen.
kitchen. Yeah. And normally, and you told me you do all your photography at home. You have like a small studio at your house?
It's just I shoot in my kitchen or my living room, depending on where the light is good. I don't have any studio equipment at all, so I just move stuff around.
And then you have a lot of beautiful vintage props. And
Yeah, a lot.
And flowers.
A lot of
there's always
flowers.
beautiful flowers,
Yeah.
peonies and roses and in your books.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff, a lot of backgrounds. People that my fiance refers to it as garbage,
Oh,
like my backgrounds, but I don't think
Okay.
it's garbage, obviously,
No.
like wooden backgrounds and stuff. But he accepts it.
he's probably happy about all the cakes he gets served, right? So,
He's not a huge fan of cakes, actually.
oh.
I know, right? He loves pie though, and he loves ice cream. So he was very excited when I made those books.
Yeah, you've done you recently did a pie book,
Yeah.
which is not out in Danish yet. So
No. It came out this
hopefully, but
spring in Sweden,
yeah,
and this I could just. You can go on forever. Just
Okay, because you
evening
wanted-
stuff out.
beautiful even layer.
Well, usually I would make this kind of messy, but I don't have enough.
No, that's not enough
Frosting.
frosting. No,
So I would probably just make it like this.
nice. Looks beautiful though. Nice techniques.
And then just to finish off, because it looks very just pretty plain. I mean, it looks good, but it's plain. I would just decorate it with some little flags.
Afterwards.
Yes. Well,
And
there
so-
I made a whole thing, whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah, like this. There's a flag and then some dots in the frosting or
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
turn
know.
make
Yeah, maybe
turn
we
the
should
most
try and
even
cut it
side.
soon because I don't know if time is running or Okay, we
3
only have 3
minutes.
minutes
Oh my
left, so
gosh.
maybe we should slice up some
Oh, some of that.
some of some of the. It was chocolate espresso,
Chocolate espresso cake.
and what
Yeah.
and the topping is for just for people to
It's,
get really excited.
Chocolate espresso buttercream.
Chocolate espresso butter.
Yep.
Should I? I'll try and
Do you
cut
need
some
help?
small. I could do that.
It's not my best looking cake ever, but it's
It
fine.
I think it looks very.
This makes it
Yummy.
look much better, right? Maybe that's why I
cute.
always put flowers on top, because
Yeah.
it makes it look better.
But it does. It does make things.
It
look
does.
beautiful. I can do some small samples here. So I have to ask you, Linda,
Mhm.
what's your favorite cake from the new book? Just so people can go home and
From this book,
yes, from your cake book.
this one.
Okay, actually, it's this one.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's actually the when I go to fairs and things like that, I always bring that cake because people
perfect.
go
See.
crazy for it.
So then we're really in
So
for a
hopefully
treat.
you do too.
Ui. That sounds so good. See here.
Are you okay there?
Yeah. I just have to cut the whole thing. Here, it's just that the frosting keeps sticking to the knife because it's a very small knife. So someone's very lucky here to get a piece with extra frosting. I'm telling you.
That's a
So-
lot of frosting, yeah.
Let's do some plates and then people can try. And we should try and do a little cut in this one, or so
You
we
can cut it.
see- Oh.
Do you want to cut it?
No. I
No,
don't
we can
really
do that.
care.
Absolutely.
Okay, but I should. And let me just tell you, if you want to say hi to Linda afterwards and get a signature in a book, you could go to People's Press stand just after this event, after you have some of the fabulous cake.
Mhm. I'll be there.
Perfect. So go out and grab something, and thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
And I'll hurry up slicing. Just little squares like
Yeah,
that.
that's good.
Or do you want to do it?
No, that's fine.
Jose?
Just how
Then
should
here.
should we just get a spoon and like
Yeah. with-
get it up?
Yeah, try that. Can you try that, because then I can cut from the other side.
Get another spoon.